Alright guys, it's been a while since I did an EDC video, and we're going to sort of go step by step progressional through my preparedness, and it starts with what you carry on your body. This isn't going to be too crazy. It is a little bit different. I'm a cargo pant guy, whether I'm summer or winter. And when I find a good pair, like shorts, I'll buy 6 different colors and stuff like that, and it sort of allows my wardrobe to stay fairly consistent. Knows what I'm carrying, etc., etc. Of course, I have a wallet. This is a duct tape wallet. I got it as a gift. It's by no means spare duct tape or anything like that. I suppose you could. That's just my wallet. Cell phones nowadays can do just about anything. They also have a great amount of storage. This has 8 gigs of storage. Has a little bit more storage than my last one. And I did transfer all my important documents I have on PDF files over. I've even got some wilderness stuff, some stuff I got Dave's site, some I got on the Bushcraft website, and I just put them on PDF file. Popped them on there, whether I'm bored for good reading, whatever happenstance. I've got all the information on there as a backup because it's usually going to be with me. Now, as a pocket knife goes, I have not traded this out. This is a Leatherman Skeletool. It's a 154 cm. It's a great blade. Combination serrated. This is their higher one that uses the better steel. It's small pliers. It's got, let me sort of pull this out here. Can't do it with one handed, but these tips are interchangeable with all the other Leatherman flat tools. You can carry a spare, but it's got wire cutters in there. It's basically weighs no more than your regular pocket knives, and you've got a blade, a pliers, screwdrivers. You can loop it on stuff. You can use this as a can opener. Extremely versatile, especially in the summertime. I don't want a lot of stuff that's going to weigh me down, so I'm not carrying a multi-tool on a pouch or anything like that. In one of the cargo pockets, obviously you've got cash. I just took everything out of my pockets. I've got a small hanky paracord. This is, I want to say, just like 6 feet. I think it's an arm's length, if I remember right. That's how I measured it. I got a little Ranger band around there. You don't notice it's there. I've also got some 100-mile-an-hour tape or duct tape, just around a piece of stuff that I've always got it. That's in one side. My other one that I'll probably be upgrading to a slightly different bag, but only for durability and for noise. But in here I have gloves. I've got some aspirin, a face shield for CPR. I do have a Santa cloth, which I'll see if I can take out of here. It's basically a germicidal wipe you can use when administering CPR, so you know that everything's sterile. If you're killing any germicides, they can go across there. And there's a Santa cloth. Face shield. This is just a flat face shield. There's not an actual. Well, I'll show you a different one later. Small gauze pad, and then a topper. And the topper is just sort of a bigger, thicker gauze pad. Is really all it is. So essentially, I mean, the only thing, you don't really carry a first aid kit. This is sort of, if I come across a car wreck, I've got the topper is a good thick gauze. I can put a good amount of pressure on. If I need to administer CPR, or whether it's a heart attack, I have aspirin in there. It's just sort of a first response. I mean, I can just be walking down the street. Next thing you know, light turns red in the car. It was going through, hit somebody else, and I'm the first one there. So it's not really a first aid kit per se. It's sort of my response kit. It just makes me feel better that I'm prepared in the case I have to help somebody. Now these smaller pockets down here are one of the reasons that really sold me on these. Is they're not very big. I'd say they're 3 by 3 at the most. Because I have a dog, one of these always has dog bags in them. You've seen my other videos where you can use that as a water storage carry if you wanted to. I also put in for the chloride tablets. These things don't take up any room, they don't weigh anything, and it just is a little extra peace of mind for me. I didn't realize I had this in there, but that's it was a P38 from when I went camping. I'll probably take that out. I do have a wet fire in there. Everyday use, these will get crushed up. Doesn't make them any less effective. They won't be one brick. They'll just be crushed up little bits. and that'll go in there. One of them I carry this because it's nice and flat, and I like the old school mag block over some of the other newer ones. The new ones are great. This is just it fits in the pocket perfectly. It's not bulky. I don't even know it's there, and I know it won't break. Whereas some of the little Swedish steel pocket little ones, like I've had the steel come out, and I think they're gonna break. I carry backup CR123s, and I did have to use one. For my EDC for the summertime, I switched to a Phoenix. This is a PD20. And I'll probably do a separate, when we get to flashlights in the bug out series, I'll go over this guy. One, it's smaller. Two, it uses the CR123s like all my other flashlight systems for the most part. And I like the fact that it only uses one cell. If you compare, the only thing you're losing with not having a second cell, and I'll put here, this was my previous EDC, and I'll go back to this winter. It was just too big for summer carry, whether it was on a sheath or in my pocket. It was just too bulky. One, because it's a 2-cell. It's quite a bit more weight. This is a Surefire. This is their E2D Defender series. It's got the scallop tips and stuff like that. But one of the things you'll look at, they make the PD20, I think it's the PD30 then, that has 2 battery cells in it. Not only are you losing space, but you're not gaining any brightness. This guy has the same brightness, the same lumen output, the same everything that the larger one's going to have. All you're going to be doing is you're going to run into about half of the run time. So if this thing ran 2 hours, with this it would run 4. So if I carry another battery, I think it's a little bit more advantageous. It keeps a fresher battery in here, so if this thing runs out, I know it ran out and I have a backup. It's no big deal. If I don't carry backups, and because of the extra weight, because I've already got 2 in here, when this thing runs out, then you're screwed. And if you're carrying backups for them, then you got to carry 2 backups. Or if I carry 2, which I actually do in here, I just used one, then I have 3 refills of that little guy. I just think it's a better mobility for the package. And that is my EDC. That's my everyday on my body. And we'll go over the bag here. Alright, 2 things I forgot to mention on the my regular EDC. It's the Gerber Artifact. Went over it previous. I still carry it. Gives you a nice razor blade edge, small pry bar, flathead screwdriver, can opener, and a Phillip head. And that's part of my regular keys. Now I do carry the Casio Pathfinder. Years ago I had the Casio, super happy with it. Couldn't find makeup bands for it. Went through 2 of them, and so I went to Sunto just because I could find bands for Sunto. Wasn't really happy with Sunto. Some of their, I guess, equipment and stuff that was on there, didn't really have a whole lot of problem with it. The compass didn't seem terribly reliable. For some reason, its compass was way off, depending on how you had your hand tilted. Now, obviously, you should keep it pretty flat, but I could get 15-20 degrees just by tilting it just a touch. And wasn't real happy with that. I mean, there's no reason I need to have this dead flat for a compass. This one works amazingly. This has compass, altimeter, barometer, and temperature. Although if you're wearing it on your body, the temperature won't be terribly accurate. The battery was the big thing on the Sunto. I'd only owned it, I think, a year plus. I think I was on my 3rd battery, and I decided to take it back. It's just 8 batteries. This Casio uses solar, so I haven't really had a problem with it. That is my EDC for my watch, and again, I found a place that carries these bands as well. REI was real helpful. Even before, when I couldn't get bands for the Casio, they helped me get the Sunto, and you know, when I wasn't happy with it, then brought the Sunto back and got this guy. And they still don't carry bands, by the way, but I did find a guy in Oregon that carries bands. But wanted to cover that because that is part of my EDC.